Day to you, Capricorn. Welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. Today is a reading for you for the 28th of July. So if you come across this reading anytime from the 28th of July, then you will most probably be in to see this reading. But as per normal, Capricorn, we never force the reading to fit. Just take what resonates with you and leave what does not. And remember, if any part of the reading is not resonating with you, kindly look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising sign. So let's just have a look, see here what's going on in your past, present, and future. So we've got 8 of Cups in reverse. We've got 3 of Swords. We have got 4 of Swords in reverse. We've got the Moon, Pisces energy, the Hanged Man in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse. We have got 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and we have got the King of Wands. So some of you could very well be having Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy in your chart. So Capricorn, we see that some of you could be in a situation where you would prefer to rather run away from your problems than make an effort to solve them, especially when it comes to situations that have been of an emotional kind. This could be very much about you learning about yourself, or you dealing with a situation where there is a third party involvement in your relationship, or some kind of something about yourself that you need to face. And you need to realize that by trying to run away to pursue some unrealistic dream about what you think should be, would really be at the expense of what is good and what is solid in your life right now. So you need to be very mindful that you could be making far-reaching decisions that's going to affect your life. So you need to bear this in mind with regards to this. It's like some of you are trying to avoid some of the emotional stresses that you are facing. It could be a lot of pressure, and you may be feeling that if you just ignore everything, that everything is going to go away, and you could just have the kind of ideal lifestyle or ideal situation. But you need to be very mindful that even though all of this pressure is here, you got to be very mindful of it not causing you to feel depressed or sad. You need to be kind to yourself. It's very important that you realize that you do need to be very kind to yourself in your situation. We see that you have this Pisces energy. You could have a Pisces person in your space, or it could be just a warning for you not to get caught up in dreams and illusions about how you think things should be, but rather to see things for how they really are, not get caught up in this drama of what you would like to happen. Now, it's very easy for you to be very, as you see, very caught up with illusion in the situation. It is also very important that you realize that you could be very well on a karmic path, and you most probably need to also look at how difficult things are at the moment and how much more difficult they are going to be, because you do need to face the situation. You literally can't avoid it like you are trying to, but you have to go straight through the storm, so to say. It's important that you realize that how you are hoping to move forward needs to be by you releasing the past. It is important that you realize that you cannot allow yourself to be emotionally manipulated. It's important as well that you practice a lot of self-control in your situation, especially when it comes to these emotional things that you have to face. We see that, there's a lot of turbulence for you emotionally, and you need to be very mindful of this. You could be dealing with other people, and some of you might be feeling as though your self-confidence is running low. You might be feeling a bit of insecurity or loneliness. Some of you might be finding yourself in a repeated pattern, hence me saying this could be a very karmic situation for you. So you could be finding yourself in a very repeated emotional situation. And maybe you are in some kind of a relationship that is not making you feel very happy at the moment, and you had most probably focused all of your energies and your hopes on a particular person, hoping that things are going to be better. And you're realizing, some of you might be just realizing that you have chosen the same kind of person to be involved with, and you are creating like this false hope for yourself. You could also be realizing that you do need to have a little bit more emotional support to find your equilibrium. Some people misunderstand the Capricorn energy because they think because you're an earth sign, you're a very steady sign, but they fail to realize that you also need this emotional balance within your situation to feel at peace with yourself. So it's important that you recognize these needs for yourself. What is it that you need to do, and how is it that you need to focus your energy on moving forward? We see that there is a lot of happiness in a domestic situation, but you do need to be very mindful that this happiness is not becoming a burden for you, Capricorn, that you're not taking on more than you can actually cope with, but that you are in a situation where you can understand what is it that is happening here for you. It's also that you need to examine your motives. You need to examine the motives of those around you very carefully. And you need to be very mindful of yourself, not becoming self-obsessed or even a belligerent bully in certain aspects, but also realize that you could be allowing your own desires and your own passions to dictate your choices. So you need to be aware of this in this situation. So it's like really you coming to terms with yourself and accepting yourself emotionally for who you are, rather than pretending to be this rock, but realizing that you are somebody with deep emotions, deep feelings, and you need to have these emotional needs met. So we see you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse here. Let's shuffle some more cards here to see what more can we say for you, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. So you've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what is it here that had come out. Five of Pentacles in reverse as well. King of Cups in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Ten of Pentacles, and you've got Ten of Pentacles on the Ten of Pentacles, and this time in reverse. You've got the Sun in reverse. You've got the Six of Pentacles, and the two other cards that came out, Nine of Cups in reverse and Nine of Swords in reverse. And I'm just going to leave this here at the side, and I will revisit this. So this is quite an intense situation that you are finding yourself in. Looking at all of the cards that have come out, this is really a very complicated situation that you are finding yourself in. And to my TikTok people, I am going to stop here for your reading, and I'm going to continue this reading on YouTube because I have a limited time on TikTok. But if you want to hear more of this reading, you can follow Meenakshi Tarot on YouTube, and you can see the balance of your reading on YouTube. So I say goodbye to my TikTok people here, and I will continue with my Facebook, my YouTube people. So to my YouTube followers, okay, as we see here for you, this is a very complicated situation for some of you. I mean, really, you have got to be so mindful of your financials right now. You got to be mindful of not getting involved in wasteful expenditure. You got to be very mindful of not living above your means right now, of running into debt because you are holding on to this unrealistic ideal of how things are supposed to be. And some of you could also be feeling very, very irritable at the moment because you are dealing with situations that you didn't expect to deal with. It's almost as though this love situation that you had gotten yourself into was supposed to be something more than what it actually is. And this is what's causing a lot of the stress that you're finding yourself in. So it's very much a case of you really needing that realization that you have brought a lot of these situations upon yourself, and that you may have needed to be a little bit more wiser and a little bit more calmer. So it's important right now that you realize that it's best for you to be a little calmer. You need to understand that your attitude can reverse the way things are right now and can change the outcome for you. But if you're still going to be stubborn and wanting things to be the way you think it should be, then you are putting yourself in a conundrum, so to say. So you need to be mindful of what is going on. You need to be mindful of the part that you are playing in this whole situation, and not want to play the blame game, but rather take responsibility for yourself in the situation. Sometimes you might be feeling as though you're dealing with a person that's very difficult. You might be feeling as though, your partner's not listening to you. You can't seem to come to reason with them about what is happening. But rather, realize that it's important that you open yourself up to what is going on in your situations, as opposed to being, focused on yourself and being secretive and keeping in all this emotional pain that you have. You need to be very mindful of yourself, especially if you are somebody who's prone to having a hot temper. If your temper is something that tends to get the better of you, it's important that you get that under control, and you realize that you do need to come to some kind of an understanding with whomever you're dealing with, and especially with yourself. If you cannot get to this place with yourself where you are understanding why you are doing what you are doing and why you are making the choices that you are making, you are not going to find the peaceful resolution that you are seeking, Capricorn. So it's so important that you have this moment of truth for yourself, understanding yourself and understanding your why in what you are doing, and trying to steer yourself on a different path. Remember, your positive attitude is going to change things. However, you do need to realize that if you are going to be afraid to face your situations, you're going to allow yourself to be have self-doubt or to be timid about what is going on, then you are going to find yourself in this negative drama. So you need to realize that no matter what is going on, you do need to believe in yourself. You do need to believe in your abilities. And this situations, though, it might feel a bit unusual for you to now literally grab the bull by the horn, so to say. Look at what is going on. You need to realize that you can rise above the situation. Otherwise you're going to find yourself in a situation that's going to maybe embarrass you, put you in an unnecessary situation where you are feeling embarrassed. So you need to prevent this from happening, and you really need to nip the situation in the bud, so to say, to prevent this kind of negativity from flowing on and getting in the way of your good standing. So it's important that you do realize this. It's important as well that, things could be feeling from where you are standing as though, how can this change? It just seems to be going like I'm hitting rock bottom, and some of you might be feeling rock bottom's got a basement and I'm just really going really right through it. But there is a situation where you really need to realize that the importance of having a positive attitude is really going to bolster you, but you cannot afford to give into your ego, to give into negativity, to give into drama, and to get caught up in all of these situations, because that is just going to lead you down the wrong path if you are just going to be stubborn about the realization of your situation. Realize the truth of your situation. We see that some of you as well could be dealing with somebody who could be like you could feel that they are kind of like immoral, or they're a bit of a faithless lover on some level. But you need to understand that this person is just really not good for you. No matter how attractive you may find them, you might just find that they are very fickle. You might find them sort of like abusing the love situation. And you need to face yourself and face your truth in this matter. Are you better off without somebody who's just bringing all this negative drama into your life? So it's something that you do need to take a moment to pause about. You do need to think for yourself, can I actually be continuously in the situation with somebody who is so negative, who just drains me, who just doesn't bring anything good to the party, anything good to the table? So you need to ask yourself, can you stay in a situation like that? And if the answer is a no for you, you need to cut your ties from somebody who's going to just be bringing you down. You need to realize that. There could be family problems. There could be problems about money. There could be problems about inheritance in some of your situations. But this is also a very important time that you need to realize that sometimes traditional ways of doing things is not going to suit you right now. The old ways of thinking are stifling, and you need to be very original about yourself and your situations. And even if there are these emotional issues attached to the financial issues, you need to face them so that you can overcome this drama that you are facing. It's important that you realize this. And it's very easy for you to fall into this negative pit, so to say, and not want to accept that there has to be these drastic changes in your situation. You need to be very mindful as well with what you are dealing with, that you are going to have delays in your situation, that you may think that everything that you have achieved has been on your own, and that could be part of the issue, that you need to realize what you have achieved has been because of the assistance of others around you, and you need to take this moment to pause. Things can change, but you need to also come down to earth a bit and not think that it's me, myself, and I am where I am because of everything that I have done. It's important that you realize that you are where you are because of the support. So it's like almost as though a lot of you have got this attitude that is not serving you very well in this relationship. This could be some kind of a partnership that has just become distorted because of ego and drama and selfishness and not listening to each other. It's like, I read something somewhere not too long ago, like when two people are shouting at each other and they are in the same room, it's because their hearts are far apart. And maybe this is where you'll need to realize that the emotional aspect of your relationship, the romance is dying and you guys are not fixing it. And this is why all these other problems that you guys could overcome is now becoming an issue. There could be a situation where there's a lot of extravagance in your situation, where maybe you are the extravagant person or your person's the extravagant person. But it's also a case of there's a lot of irresponsibility when it comes to cash. And you have to look at your financial settlements that you may be having, and alimony for some of you, or partnerships that needs to be dissolved, or things that needs to be sorted out. You guys are going through some kind of a situation because you're allowing matters to escalate to a place where it's almost as though you are putting doom and gloom in your relationship. So you need to be aware of the part that you are playing and what is it that you are doing in your situation. Not just blaming the other person, but taking into consideration, what is it that I am doing to create this problem? What is it that I am doing that can actually change the situation? So you need to be mindful of yourself and how you are dealing with things. Your two other cards that had come up was the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Swords. And once again, we are looking at vanity. We're looking at you being arrogant about situations, taking people for granted. Your person, even your friends, people might just be feeling so neglected by you because you are becoming self-absorbed and you are allowing yourself to become so fickle in your situations. So you need to be mindful of this energy that you are carrying. You know, sometimes you could be becoming possessive, sometimes you could be becoming overly sentimental, sometimes you could be going to the other extreme of being, you know, stuck on your person and not allowing situations and people to grow and to transform. So you're having this energy that you are carrying with you in this relationship. And a lot of it, what I'm seeing here, is really self-punishment. For some reason, it's like you have the sense of false pride. You just don't want to ask for help. You might be feeling as though your situation is so hopeless. You might be feeling as though there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You can't see which way to go, what it is that you should be doing. And so you are faced with this kind of trauma in your situations. So this is like a very intense drama that is unfolding here for you, Capricorn. And I think that with all of this information that we have here right now, it's really time for you to take a moment to pause and to face yourself and face what you are going through, and listen to your emotional self and listen to what it is that you need, rather than allowing yourself to become hard and turn your heart into a place of rock instead of it just being fertile soil where you can have this wonderful relationship. So I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this reading. Please remember to give me your likes and to follow, to share, and I'll see you guys again soon. So take care, Capricorn, and goodbye.